Hello my friend. Today I wanna share with you how I personally use the Trulum skincare line and why I use it and how I use it and what kind of results I have get, and also like how the line is different and special when comparing to another lines. And I hope you will get some tips how to take care of your skin in general, and also tips how you can use these products to take care of your skin. Okay, so at first I use the cleansing gel, and this is actually a product that I was so amazed, like, you know, how a cleansing gel can be so good. but it seriously is. It is really different kind of gel that I have ever used before, because I have really sensitive and atopic skin. I used to have a lot of pimples when I was young, and you know, I had like dry and oily skin at the same time. It wasn't good for many years, but I noticed already during that time that I cannot use most of the gels or cleansers. But so I was really amazed when I started to, you know, I decided to give this a try, and it's been working for so well that I am using it. I've been now using it for months. So what is so special about this is that it removes all the makeups and all the pollutants and allergics and all kind of dirt and dust and radiation and everything, whatever comes to your skin when you live your daily life. But it doesn't remove the healthy oils on your skin. And that is so important, because usually all the soaps and cleansers that are there on the stores, they actually do that also. So they remove this important layer of healthy lipids on the surface of our skin, and when they do that, they actually expose our skin to dry more and to dehydrate and lose the water from our skin. And when they are doing that, of course that's not good for the skin, because you want there to be moisture in your skin, because the moisture is good, no raisins, grapes instead of, right? So you want the moisture to be inside of your skin. So cleansers and soaps typically, you know, they don't help you to do that. They actually do the opposite. But this one doesn't do the opposite. It washes everything away that has to be washed away, but it leaves the healthy lipids to your skin. And there is another reason also why that is so important, because also in the on the top of our skin we have tiny antennas of lipids, and these antennas are really critical for our skin, because they help our skin cells to communicate with each other. So here I have a skin cell that says like, hey, I've been losing so much water, I need some water. And here I have a skin cell that says like, hey, I will send you some water. Okay, and also nutrition, micronutrition and all these things. So if you remove by washing these lipid antennas away daily, you actually help your skin not to function properly and optimal, and it ages the skin faster. So nobody wants to do that, but this one doesn't do that. So that's why this is my pick. So using this is very simple, and actually this one and all the products are really strong concentrates, so you only need a tiny bits. I will show you. So I have wet my hands, and then I took, you see, that's maybe like a size of a 1 pea or something like that. Now I did wash my face, just because I was enjoying this Finnish perfection of sauna and swimming in the lake. So I did wash my face already with it, but then, you know, I just do like this and I apply it all over to my face, and then I rinse it away. And I also wash this décolleté area, because it's important to remove all the toxics away and pollutants and dust and all this stuff away, chemicals also from this area. Okay, So after that, after my skin is cleansed, then it's time to hydrate the skin better. So I have the hydration toner, and this has been really good product also. I used many years rose water, that was my favorite, and I have to say, like, before that I used so many toners, but I never really actually got the idea, like what's the idea of the toner, because I didn't kind of feel any difference in my skin. But this one, after using this for a while, I really do feel the difference. So I use this just, you know, like this. I don't apply it for the cotton pads or anything. You can do it if you want. I do it like this. And then I just tap it gently all over the skin. I use it also to my eyes and lips and here all over. And what I did learn from my Korean friends is that you can do this actually many times if you like to. That is some specialty in Korea, that they can moisture the skin even in 9 times in a row. So if you like to do that, you can do that. I'm not that active. I'm just, you know, doing it once usually. But now when I've been a lot in sun a few days, so I will apply it a bit more, and also I will apply it here because I've been more exposed to sun when enjoying this Finnish summer in the island. Okay, and actually the toner, one thing about the toner, why it's important is that this balances the pH of your skin. So it's important both for your good skin bacteria, the pH in the skin. So good pH supports the good skin bacteria that support your healthy skin. So that's why you want to do that, you don't want to skip this. So this is important. And another thing that the pH is important, other than the good skin microbe, is also that the rest of the products, your skin can absorb better the active ingredients that are there in the rest of the products. Okay, so you don't want to skip that. And the next thing I use is eye cream. And also in this, really a little bit is enough. The company has decided that these products that are in pump bottles, like one pump is like a one dose. But of course we have different skin types, and also you can have like different needs. So it might be you need one, it might be half pump is enough, or it might be you want to use more, so then you will just use more. So I have this little bit, and I will apply it here. And this is important, the direction of the movement, because there are these structures that the name of them I don't know in English, but anyway, you do it like this. You can tap gently or just do like this very gently. And the good thing in this eye cream is that it's super good also for the fine lines. So I usually put the rest of the eye cream here. Now I took maybe a little bit too much. I don't think I need this much, so I can tap the rest of them here, because this area, you see, I have like the beginning of lines here. Many people like to put it here also around the lips, because this is an area that you typically start to get fine lines also. And you can have these lines. I sometimes put it here also, and the rest here, because I have a quite thin skin here. So I want to support the skin here, like specifically. And the eye cream, as it is good for the fine lines, it's just perfect for this area also. So this is how I use the rest of the product. Okay, and another one that I use is brightening serum. And many people have this problem when they age, that they start to have like dark spots in the face, maybe in palms or hands or back or wherever areas. And they are caused by the cells that do produce pigmentation to our skin, that when they get a lot of UV radiation, they start to become hyperactive and they just start to blast out this color, this pigmentation, and it makes a dark spot. So what this does, it actually gives these cells a signal like, hey guys, relax, you don't have to produce that pigmentation so much. Can't you see that you are overworking? Like, relax guys. So that's what this one does. So I have this color of, I have these dark spots like all over my face. I have had it from like since childhood, like forever basically, and I have them all over the year, also in the winter. And I just never ever could imagine that anything would actually, you know, have an effect on that. But this product did have an effect on that. And I have like much lighter of these spots, and even my husband noticed it, so you know that's already like a change, then he notices it. So but I still have, I have some darker area here, so I will usually apply it first here, and then the rest I will just do like this, and I will just gently tap all over. And I have actually some like spots here, so I will just try to, you know, I put it like a little bit here and there and everywhere, so that's my strategy. And the next one I use is, I think this is probably everybody's favorite also, because this is called youth serum, and everybody loves youth, right? You know, when it comes to skin, youth is the magic word. So this is youth serum. This is also my favorite, I'm sorry to say, but you know, I've been really happy with this line and all of the products used. Like earlier I had some favorites from few lines that I was buying, but with this line I haven't been using any other products now for more than half a year since I started to use this line, because I've been happy with every single product on this line. So this one I will usually put 1 or 1.5, because this is my favorite. So as the name tells, this is for youth and what it means is that it has this these ingredients that signals for the cells inside our, like deeper in our skin layers, that are producing elastin and collagen, that are very important to support and structure our skin and, you know, keep the skin layers together so that our skin is you know, well structured and strong, and not the layers are like not loose, not hanging loose comparing to each others, but our skin is strong and it's elastic and it has like biomass under it and all these things. So this one, it gives signals for the cells here that are using elastin and collagen, and as you probably heard, those skin cells, fibroblasts, they will start to slow down already when you are 20, something about after that, when you turn 20, after that the cell starts to slow down already, okay? And we don't see the effect of that directly, but you know, when the years go past and they just keep on slowing down, we start to see the effect, like, oh, my skin is like, you know, I have these lines and I have these wrinkles and I have all these things, and my skin is starting to hang and loose and all these things. So that's what happens, and that's why I love this thing. I actually had this situation when I started the line. I had hanging skin here, and that's why I always apply this youth serum first here, because because after my 4th child, this hanging of these tissues here and skin here, it just didn't it didn't go back. How I can say, I didn't recover from it. It didn't go back. So you know, from the previous pregnancies, I had the same feeling, you know, that if I put my head upside down in the gym, I had this feeling like, oh, my face is hanging, and it felt like my face is like oversized and the cheeks are in wrong places and all this. I hated that feeling. It was so bad. But I just thought like, yeah, you know, it's this hormonal thing and it will pass and so on. But from my fourth pregnancy, it didn't pass, it just stayed. And I was like, oh, I don't want to live with this thing. So when I started to use the line, and this one also, I think it took maybe 4 months. And I don't use this every day, but I use it like many times a week. But I'm trying to, you know, be better and use it every day, because of course it's math. If you use it every day, you get better results. But even with my using, I get good results because this thing doesn't hang anymore. So this works. This is super good. Okay, so, and actually also I do apply it here, because you know that this area and the décolleté area is also an area that quite often starts to, you know, you see the aging process. It might be that some person has really pretty face, but it's really, the skin is really aged here. So I also want to support that. So I use this. That's why I use this usually like 1.5 pump, because I want to use, you know, 1 to my face and half here already. And when I get older, I will start to use 2 pumps, 1 for my décolleté and 1 for my face, but not yet. Then I do have intrinsic complex, and this is really superior product also. I don't necessarily use this every day. I do use almost always, but sometimes I can skip it. But this is so cool product, because it contains these plant-based enzymes that actually, if your skin cells DNA is damaged from whatever reason, these enzymes can help your cell to actually rebuild the DNA, and so your cell is, you know, functioning and back again instead of dying. So this is so cool product, and what it means practically, it means, for example, if I burn my skin, this is what I use for it. Or if there is frost bites, if there is chemicals, I know I have been somewhere in hairdresser that there is more chemicals, or whatever place I know there is more chemicals in the air, this is what I use directly when I got home. So the same thing, just apply. I usually use 1 pump and gently tap it all over my face. And of course, if there is like a sunburn area, then you can apply it like straight to that. And I did have, when we went to Formentera, I did have a little bit sunburn, and when I get back to hotel, I just put this one to the skin in the evening, and then another round in the morning, and that's it. No redness, no itching, no sensitiveness, nothing in that area. So this one works so good. And now when I have been actually I have been swimming and rowing a boat and everything here in the lake, so I will put a little bit more here, because I've been, you know, having more exposure to sun now in last few days. So with these areas. So this is so cool, and it really works also for frost bites. And for kids, this is such a must product, like because I have 3 boys and 1 girl, but it's mainly the boys who are burning themselves sometimes here, and they are, you know, they have all kind of wounds and things. And I have and also like if they're itching and they're scratching, I notice if I put this one, it's just the skin heals so much faster. It's like, you know, 2 days and it's like nothing was there anymore. If it's like some, you know, some reaction and they are itching or whatever. So this is so good product. And last but not the least, the moisturizer. So this is also really a basic product. It's a must-have for everybody and must use, because this is the actual like moisturizer for the skin. Now I showed you the serums, and the serums are packed with active ingredients to support this certain function in the skin, okay? But this is the moisturizer, and you don't want to skip moisturizer because the skin functions as a crepes. So when the crepes has a lot of water, it's soft and round and nice, and when it doesn't have water, it turns to raisin. So raisins are good, but when it comes to skin, I prefer the crepes, you know, as long as it's possible. So now I took actually more than usually, this much. So as you see, it's not that much, but I want to apply it more, and also here more. Because I have been more in the sun. And this is so cool product. Like I personally have to say, like I've been using years natural cosmetics. I think I've been using 20 years like natural cosmetics, really. Yeah, since high school, in the high school already. So I've been using many products, many brands, very good brands, very nice products, but I never ever got results like I get with this product, because it just moisturizes the skin so well, and it's like in 30 minutes I just feel the difference. I bet you feel the difference, but it's just the skin just starts to like glow. I think that's the best word I have to describe it, but the skin just starts to like, you just feel the moisture in the skin, and the skin just feels so good. And, and actually when I tried these products first time in Barcelona, I was so surprised, because I tried like, okay, like, hey, what is this? And you know, I didn't know about them that much. I just got to try them. And I was so amazed, because when we got back to hotel, it was maybe like 2 hours after that or something like that. And I sat down to the hotel bed and I was like, I can feel my skin, you know. My thoughts pay attention to the skin on my face, because it feels so good, and it feels like the skin is like warm and glowing, and this feeling. And that is what I still always experience with these products, that the skin just feels so good. I think, I don't know, but I think it has a lot to do with this moisture, because as you heard, all the cereal, it supports the moisture in the skin, like starting from the gel. It doesn't peel off the healthy oil from the skin. Next to this, it adds so much moisture to the skin and balances the pH. Then there's all these active ingredients in the serums, and this is like the cherry on the top. It just adds so much moisture. I just love this. And okay, so now you saw how I will use the product, and why I use all these products. And what is really special also in this line is that you can use them in the morning, you can use them in the evening, you can use them in the morning and evening, because none of them blocks the skin. And that is what usually, actually, these moistures usually do, not this one, but usually, because the gel, the cleansers usually rip off the skin from the healthy oils, as I mentioned in the beginning, and it exposes the skin to drying and dehydrating more. So that's why usually the moisturizer, not this one, but usually they do contain mineral oils and waxes and things that like block and seal the skin, and they at the same time they do, you know, prevent the skin from breathing normally, from detoxing normally, doing the normal things that skin should do. And of course you understand that's not very good. If your skin in the face cannot do the functions that it's supposed to do for half a day, every day, like 12 hours, that's not good for the skin. So these products don't do that. You can apply them morning or day or evening or night or whatever time you want. Many people do use them morning and evening. I'm not yet that active. I'll try to hit that once a day thing. But you can do that. Many people do that and they just look gorgeous. it's of course it's math. If you want like gorgeous results, then you have to use gorgeous amounts also to get that results and be continuous, of course. So anyway, that's where I'm at the moment with my using of products. And yeah, they are good for all the skin types. I have this sensitive skin and history of dry and oily skin at the same time and a lot of pimples and all these things. But so they actually, because all this line, all the products, the active ingredients in all of these products, they support this healthy functions in your skin. That every single skin cell, wherever the cell is in the skin, all these layers, doing all the things that they would work optimal and effective. So that's the goal of this line. That's why it's created and why it is as it is and contains these ingredients as it does contain. So because just quickly before we finish, I just wanna maybe help you to understand, if this is not your favorite subject and you're not so used to this this subject. But you know, when we age, when our skin ages, it's not just that we will just get, you know, suddenly we realize, oh, we are having wrinkles. That's not the only thing that happens. That's like what we see, but that's not like, you know, what actually happens inside the skin. So what actually happens is that the normal process that do function well when we are young, or usually they are supposed to function well when we are young. Of course, now we have young people who have all kind of issues, but they are supposed to work well when we are young. But then when we age, the processes in the cell slow down, and it has multiple effects on our skin. For example, the skin gets thinner, it starts to lose the elasticity, it starts to lose the structure that supports the skin down under. It starts to it gets thinner, and it starts to get the lines and the wrinkles. But when we actually see the wrinkles, then it means that these structures under the skin are already in really bad shape. Okay, so you don't want to wait till you actually have the wrinkles. You want to start to treat your skin before you have visible things in the skin, because when you get visible things, you already know that the structures and processes under the skin have already, you know, slowed down for years. So it's better to start early. And I actually have birthday now in a few days. I'm turning 37, so I'm for sure at the serum age, and I want to use all of these, you know, these serums that are for aging skin, because as being 37, you know, it's really a time. So I don't want to skip any of these. I want to use all of them, and you know, so that my skin cells can function optimal and keep on doing the good work. So it results that the skin looks good. And also for the skin tone, you know, the radiance of the skin, transparency, I mean transparency, I don't know if that's the correct word, but you know that the skin tone is not dull, but it's like glowing and shining skin. And all these things, it has to do with this aging process, and it has to do that the skin can breathe, it can detoxify, it can do all the things that it should do. And this line is designed to support your skin to do what it is supposed to do. Okay, so it's so excellent choice, and I'm happy that you're interested about it and that you can give it a try. And in few days, usually people see a difference in how the skin feels and how it's moistured and things like that. But of course, when it comes to like this thing deep in the skin, of course, then it takes time, like usually months. Like 4 months, I got rid of my hanging things here and my cheeks hanging all over. So that is a process because the skin has to like build up the things and processes and structures back to optimal down under the skin. So you have to give it a time, but the good thing is that you don't waste your money because you actually have products that actually will do it when you just use them and give it some time for them to do their work and your skin to do its work. Okay, so thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and see you soon. Bye!